Hello folks, very warm welcome to another video. Hope this one does find you well. This video finds me mesmerized by the shuffling zombies here who are levitating their way through the wall and into a Q400. As you do, look at them go. That's impressive. They don't let an absence of stairs stop them. The aircraft on your screen is the focus of today's video, folks. A Freeware Q400. In fact, there's a whole series of Freeware Dash 8s that are available. I'll try and link to them in the description of this video. Today we're going to fly the Q400 variant, resplendent in the QantasLink livery. The name of this aircraft is Gladstone, and in honour of that, we are beginning our journey in a little place called Gladstone, which looks like that, top down. One runway, 1028, and yeah, there's a harbour and there's a whole lot of activity that happens in Gladstone. I've spent some time living and working in Gladstone back in the day, and kind of commuted to and from this locale, and flew on the. We had Q300s, I think, or were they called Q300s, or just 300 series dash 8s? Can't remember. It was the 300 back in my day when I lived here anyway. Or the shorts 360, the shed. That used to do the milk run up here as well. These days, they've probably got jets flying in here, do they? I think there was a jet parked over here. Yeah, a QantasLink A320. I don't know that we have. Do we have QantasLink A320s on the East Coast? I'm not sure. Then we've got a Lufthansa ATR. Pretty sure we don't have any of those. IRL on the East Coast. I don't remember the terminal looking like that. It was it was a little more than a fancy shed back when I inhabited Gladstone, and the houses definitely don't look like that. But it's X-Plane, folks, and we're not here for the scenery. We're here for this this aircraft. Let me jump inside for you. This is what the flight deck looks like. It's pretty decent, I reckon, for Freeware. Remember, Freeware. Yeah, it looks like a Q400 flight deck. The displays look pretty good. They're not perfect, but they're pretty decent. I think this thing looks to me to be flyable. Well, I guess I'll validate that during the course of the video, see how this thing actually flies. But on first impressions, looks all right. Now the box, the FMC is interesting. So it's kind of a skin of the universal box, right? So I think that is the one that's in the buttons seem to reflect what's in the Q400. But of course, underneath it all is just the default X-Plane FMS. So you've just got to bear that in mind. It's Freeware. There's no intention here, I don't think, to actually model a proper universal FMS in this thing. Okay, now just bear that in mind. The quadrant and all that sort of stuff, yeah, looks very Q400-ish. We've got company on board, another zombie, one of the ones that have levitated their way in. She's got changed into a pilot's uniform. There you go. Yeah, you look as excited as I feel, sweetheart. Anyway, that's what you get, folks. You also get a cabin. Let me switch views. There you go. Got a cabin, for what it's worth. Those of you that like such things. I don't know if anything, if anything works back here, if there's stuff to click or something like that. No idea. Yeah, that's what you get, folks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can remember how to start up a Q400. This thing does come with documentation, which we'll look at during the course of this flight. We're not a long flight, but long enough for us to sort of explore its charms. We'll have a look at the documentation. We'll have a look at the page on the xplane.org where you can find this aircraft. And in, I don't know, 45 odd minutes from now, I'm guessing, I'm going to touch down in a little place that does feature on the occasional video here on this channel. It's a place called Brisbane. So kind of harking back to the old days when I used to sort of do the commute from down in Brisbane up here to Gladstone. That's the plan, folks. Let's do it. Alrighty, lined up, runway 10, Gladstone. We've got a very simple flight plan. Plugged in, Gladstone to Brizzy via Sunshine Coast. 240 odd nautical miles. What did I say? About 45 minutes? Might be closer to an hour. I think we're right to go. It's been a long time since I've flown a Dash 8, and the last one I flew was the Majestic one over there in P3D. That's going back. Wasn't that a good aircraft? What a missed opportunity from that developer not to build it and release it for the Microsoft 2020 or 2024 sims. They would have sold a packet, I reckon. Anyway, let's do it, folks. Now, jumping up, we're going to hit landing lights. Why not? Taxi light can come off. I think everything else is right, good enough here. I don't know whether the full overhead is modelled. You're not going to get a full system simulation, folks, particularly if you're used to either the Majestic one or the FlyJ Sim one. This is on a whole another level. This is freeware. Has that chrono worked? I think it did. Let's do it, folks. Introduce some juice. This is quite loud. At least it is in my ears. Don't know whether it will come through in the video. It sounds alright. More juicy. Okay, consider that full juicy. Looking for 115, 116 on the rotate. A bit of right boot fella. That's rolling quite nicely. And we'll rotate about there. And she definitely wants to go. Yeah, that felt nice. No flight director. How do I get that flight director on? We'll make do without it. Just fly runway heading here for a bit. Get rid of those flaps. 185 is the magic number, isn't it? Climb out at. I seem to remember that. As I bust through. Yeah, you've got to come down here and do something, don't you? Is it that one? Did you hit that one? Or do you drop the props back? Whoop, too many, too much. We're climbing away all right. MCL, close enough to 185, happy with that. Might get Georgie to do some flying. Now, bring the heading bug around. Georgie, if I can get you to go, first of all, IAS mode, and then heading mode. And then can I engage the autopilot? The autopilot won't engage. Also need to hit that old cell, don't you? Now, why won't autopilot engage? Autopilot, no. This could be a long flight. Not a coming up on our magenta here. Actually feels nice to fly, hand fly. I'll give him that much, but it's going to be a long flight if I have to hand fly this bastard. I might go offline for a bit, folks, see if I can work out how to get the autopilot, and I'll come back to you. Welcome back, folks. As you can see, Georgie is now operational. Managed to work out how to get the autopilot to work. I'm sure the astute and intelligent viewers amongst you will probably have realised what was wrong. What was wrong was that old mate here had not activated the AC gens. It's been a long long time, folks, since I've flown this aeroplane. And if you don't activate the AC gens, you will not be able to use the autopilot. But once the old fella realised the error of his ways, Georgie came to life, and he is currently doing a fantastic job of tracking the magenta laterally and holding our altitude vertically. We are getting along the ground at about 350 TAS. That's all right. We've got a bit of a, looks like a sort of a southwesterly breeze, quite light up here. 123 nautical miles away from the sunny coast. I think I mentioned at the just before we took off, the sounds are quite loud. I've had to sort of turn them down a little bit. They're still really loud. I'm not sure how this is going to come through in the video. Hopefully my voice is still audible with the contrails happening. Nice looking aeroplane from mine. I like it. Not everyone's a fan of the shape of the Q400. I always thought it was bloody impressive. Good bit of kit. I managed to speak to a few IRL pilots of this beast back in the day, and they spoke quite highly of it once they sort of got to grips with it. So I took their word for it. I always enjoyed flying it in the sim, and I'm enjoying this experience so far, now that I've got the worked out how to sort the autopilot. So yeah, freeware, folks. Won't be to everyone's standard, of course, but you do have an option. The payware version is at a whole different level, but it's $75 or something more expensive than this one. So if you're not in the if you want to fly a Dash 8 but you don't want to spend $75 and you're in X-Plane, this might be worth your consideration. Anyway, folks, I will see you again closer to our destination. We'll have a look at the documentation that comes with this aircraft. But before we look at the documentation, I thought I'd call attention to another couple of features that are available here in the VC. Now there's a little click spot down here. If I'll zoom in, click this little thing, it'll pop up a window, zoom back out. Bombardier Dash 8 configuration. It allows you to configure the aircraft with various features based on your preference. Something that might be useful, things like the FMS sort of pop-up thing. You can also sort of pop that up just by clicking the FMS. Another thing that he's built in is this one, the lever position display, right? So if you don't want to be looking down there all the time, they've got this sort of 2D representation of where your levers are. It looks like my prop levers are a little bit out of whack. It looks like if I just squeeze number 1 up there, and it looks like my power levers are slightly misaligned as well. What do I do that? Not close enough. I don't want to screw anything up here. I really wish you'd stop pointing. Right? I don't know what you're pointing at. You're trying to bring my attention to something, but everything's okay down here from what I can tell. The problem was up there. You weren't pointing up there earlier. That would have been helpful, my friend. Anyway, folks, a couple of features there. What else can you do? Configure it for a freight variant. Does that change the cabin, I wonder? I don't know. I'm not going to press it. Click your yoke on and off, of course. Dirty big yoke in the Q400. Off armrest positions. And you can, oh yeah, that's right. You can get rid of, you can tell who's, you can switch between who's the actual pilot flying. And you can also turn your co-pilot off. Like so. So easy. I'm not going to miss her at all. There you go, folks. Just wanted to call attention to those features. How do we get rid of this one? Click that. Yep. Okay, good. Let's have a look at the documentation. And here is the document called the Q400 Manual. It's a PDF that comes with the with the aircraft, and very commendable effort from the developer to provide this. A lot of freeware you don't get a document at all. You might get a couple of, you know, sort of V speeds to consider and a couple of lines of instruction, and that's all there is. But the guy who's put this one together has gone above and beyond typical freeware. So this model uses retraces Q400 as a base. With kind permission, it has been significantly modified. Any paint kits for the original will not work. There are some liveries available on the xplan.org. Oh, as he mentions. Look for the Manky1 Q400. Manky1 Q400 is what you're looking for. And there still is a work in progress, this one as well, folks. Not back to the first page. So it talks about the configuration screen, which we just had a look. Has both Xplane 11 and 12 versions. I know there's a lot of people still on Xplane 11. And for various reasons, well, this is available for Xplane 11 as well. It comes with the, it talks about the instrument panel. There's also a G1000 variant for those of you that want to fly this thing with a G1000. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but okay, you can do that. The system displays on the MFD, various system displays. The upper pedestal talks about the different features, calls it out, you know, what's what. I'm not going to go through every bit, folks. Just want to kind of alert you to the fact that there is this documentation available. The autopilot, yeah, it doesn't talk about the the need to hit the AC gens, but old dumbass here really should have known that. Glare sheet controls, all the other stuff, how to start it, ground power, APU, bat, all that sort of stuff, Useful. Autopilot. Maybe this does. Ah, there you go. The AC generator switches have to be on, as they also switch on the inverter. Yeah, old mate clearly did not read the manual, did he, to any degree before starting the flight. Yes, that's very remiss of me. Do as I say, not as I do, folks. Well worth your time to invest in reading this manual. Yep, there you go. Hats off to you, Manky1. You've done really well. Folks, I'll next see you for an approach into Brisbane. Alright, concluding stages, folks. We're headed for that runway there. That would be runway 19 right in Brisbane. Take first stage of flap. We have left our assigned altitude of 3,000. Gotta sort of slow down a little bit here. I'll take gear as well. Might land with 15. Flaps 15. We've got a light easterly breeze blowing here in Brisbane this afternoon, according to Avitab. A little bit high on it, that's for sure, but still recoverable from here. I think we'll be okay. Feels really nice to hand fly, and overall this has been a very enjoyable experience. I think I will check out the rest of the Dash 8 series that Manky1 has created. Have a bit of fun. Right, there's 150 knots. Forget what the bloody flap speeds are. I'm gonna take a bit of a guessing. I'm gonna go flaps 15. That's 5, 15, and 35, isn't it? Yeah, flaps 15 will be fine. Get us all slowed down. We need to bring our props in. Thanks, Georgie. Righto, 3 whites, 1 red. What's our breeze doing? Oh, it's looking like a tailwind. Nice long strip. We'll be fine. 2 whites, 2 reds, 140. Looking for a VRF about 116? Thanks, Georgie. A bit low on it. I'm going to get slowed down a bit more. Retrimming. Going to get counted down, are we? 300. Getting low on it. Really low on it. 200. We're sinking. We're in a bit of trouble here.
100.
We're in a lot of trouble. We're going to go around, folks. Let that get out of hand, didn't we? I'll see you for take two, folks. All right, we're on right base. Runway 19 right. Take two, folks. Treated to a rare go around here on the channel. That's a good challenge. Love it. A lesson to pay attention to what you're doing, and this is a different beast to the Lighty that I flew earlier today. Flaps sorted. Oh, that's not the view I wanted to lose. There we go. Turning final, runway 19 right, folks. Brisbane. And don't let us get slow. Keep that speed in. Keep that power in, I should say. 2 whites, 2 reds. 120 knots. All right. This is better. Got to keep that power lever in. We're going to speed up a little bit.
500.
And we're too high, Georgie. This aircraft providing the old man with a challenge. Runway 19 right, folks.
300.
Flaps are set, gears down, fingers are crossed, and geez, sphincter's never been tighter. We are in trouble. We are fast. Really fast. Yeah, alright. Thanks, mate.
50, 40, 30.
Need to bleed off some speed.
10.
Bleed off more speed. Just hold it off a bit here. Hold it off. Hold it off. There we go. We're on. Alright, we're going to get that big Dash 8 Q400 sound as we go into reverse. We're not. Okay. Might be an issue with my throttle configuration. We'll use our brakes instead. Folks, welcome to Brisbane. Now the local time is whatever the local time is. 3 p.m. or something like that. Well, unexpected challenge there towards the end, but bloody good fun. Bloody good fun. And I'll definitely be checking out Manky1's other aircraft in his Dash 8 series as we sort of come to a stop here. I'm not going to taxi all the way back to the terminal. Need to take a packed lunch here in Brisbane to do that. Folks, thank you for your company in another video. It has been a Freeware Friday episode looking at the Manky1 Dash 8 Q400. If you're in the market for a Dash 8 and don't want to fork out 75 big ones, this one might be worth checking out. Thanks for your support, folks. It is appreciated. Until we next meet, you stay well. Enjoy your simming, and bye for now.